fine. Today is 15th day of September 2013. As it is Sunday, the city of Gandhi is closed down and all the retail park, which is in the Hayes Retail Park, is completely shut off. So guys, this is a carryover interview from my last interview, which I'll talk about life in UAE. Today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just talk about some journal stuff, and my co-producer and director, co-editor, whatever, he's co. Make sure I am the main guy, he's co, okay? He's going to fire up some questions, some journal questions, and I will try to answer them. So here he goes. Fire up.
So what's your view of the economic crisis at the moment?
Alright. Yes, I have my view is very similar to Ed Miliband, Labour Party views about the economic crisis and how we can tackle it. I am very much against the policies of this conservative government, and as the introduction of the zero-hour contract, which I am also the victim of, I am in full support of Labour Party's plans that employment should have to have a full-time employee, employment matter with full benefits. Whereas I also want unions to have more rights to defend the rights of employees, because the last Labour government, in the last term of this Labour government, what they did, they minimized the power of union, and what they did is very clear that union have to go to the members and do the voting before they go to the strikes. And from Monday, the Royal Mail share is going to go in the market. In the history of this nation, this will be the first time that our post office, from where we will receive our pensions, if we live till that time, because this economic crisis is killing people, we gonna be privatized, our mail gonna be privatized. So we should have to stop it, and I'm very much against privatization, and this is not the way to improve the economic situation in the country. In the economical note, I would like to add one more thing. Addition of 5P rules from 2015 on plastic bags, we're gonna tarnish them. It is not the way. Okay? So please guys, you are putting 5P in. This is on record. In my lifetime, I will pay 50p for one bag. Play this thing after 40 years and you will say this will happen. Okay, second one please.
Where do you see young females, what direction do you see them going in the next 5 years? Teenagers, young female teenagers.
They lost the direction. Honestly, because of the policies of this conservative government, teenagers lost the confidence in themselves. What actually happened is, there is no sense of ownership. Now we don't own the country. What we are here is looking forward to two ends. We are not following our careers. Young people don't have a direction. And this apprenticeship, the program used to be apprenticeship programs where you will put teenagers and they will succeed in their careers, and this has been exploited by the employers. They are not even paid to do internship, and that's how they lost it. So I think economical situation directly depends on the behaviors of teenagers. You can do the research on that topic. And if you want to talk to me about their private bedroom drives, that's something else which I will try to talk to you. Alright. It's a serious part, so guys, unfortunately if somebody is looking this my YouTube video or just chit chat, I will talk about some bullshit crap. Wait for a second.
As you know, you've seen the slums in South of the States and in Hayes. What's your view on that?
Today the whole topic is somehow connected to the economical situation of these islands, these kingdoms, United Kingdom, Great Britain, these four countries. Our union is at stake. Scotland is going for the referendum next year. Wales, they start talking about autonomy, talking about independence. Why? Because the policies for the last 20 years reflect directly we taken too much money and we didn't invest money in our infrastructure. If my camera will be so helpful for me, just turn around the camera and show this Sainsbury's third area. All three glasses are broken. Sainsbury's is having no efforts to repair them. These glasses have been broken for the last 6 months. You can see the rubbish around me. Everywhere, wherever you see unemployed people. You will be redundant after 30 years of service. I've been redundant after I was working for that company for 5.5 years, nearly 6 years. And just with the one piece of paper, you will be redundant. That goes straightly affect the council tax, because once you be redundant, you are unable to pay the council tax. If the council, you are not paying the council tax, the council is unable to generate the money. When council is unable to generate the money, they are unable to provide the fund. So all the way go back to the point one. People imply they own it. They own it. You're not gonna smack it. You own it. You own the buses. You own the underground system. What I see in TV and the previous question you asked me about the teenagers, nobody is owning this nation now. Nobody is owning it. Nobody is police is wasting the time. They're just chasing the guys on a speed ticket, hiding themselves, putting the speed camera everywhere, and they try to do what? A person is in crisis, you already lost the job, and you are giving him 60 quid time. Why? It's rubbish. Mismanagement, consuls, and one more thing, the benefits are killing the nation as well.
What's your view on the nightlife in London in terms of how do you think it's affecting the economy? Is it doing a good thing? Is it doing a bad thing? What's your view on that? And second thing is, what is your view on, in addition to that, what is your view with the brothels in places like Soho? We also have a local one in Hayes, behind NatWest, and one in Hounslow, but that's been shut down now. What's your view on all these things connected with the economy? How does it actually benefit the economy, that situation that the UK is suffering?
Alright. As I have a 2-point theory on that. First I will give you a guy's opinion upon these situations, and then I will do the economical and professional view on this situation. Nightlife in London sucks. If you are a guy, you wanna pick a girl and bang her, it sucks. Why it sucks? Because same places, same faces. It's all central London. It's all synchronized in central. It's all synchronized in central London. It's just one square mile area. All the clubs are same. You know the flow. You know everything in the flow. You know the bouncers, and most of the time you know the chicks. To pick up the girl is very difficult in UK now, because so many STDs and this teenage pregnancy and hotels are getting expensive. You can plan. What I like is, in upper parts of UK, the nightlife is better than compared to London. Honestly, that's what I think. Secondly, there is economical brothels, question of brothels, use of the brothels. In past, don't used to be that much popular. Now they are too much popular. Why? Because people are very tense. They've been exhausted at their workplace. Since this economic crisis, we are working very hard. And when you are working very hard, you don't have a time to come to your home and hear bullshit from your girlfriend, wife, or your partner. Easy places, you go and you get your dick sucked without having a question at that your penis. It's this, hey, you smell dirty, or you need to take shower before having a sex, oh, you just have a sex now, you have to eat out. So, cutting these questions, what is the easy way of getting a relaxation? You finish your work, stop at the brothel, get your dick sucked, go home, have a chat to your wife because you already calmed down. She just sucked your and take all your stress out. You talk to her, you fall asleep. But when you want to go to home and you want to have a sex with your wife, you have to feel, oh, I have to get a thunder, I have to think that, oh, she's not gonna get hurt, oh, I just banged her yesterday, I can't bang her ass, I don't do a blowjob, I don't have to come in her mouth. There's so many things you have to think about this thing, like, oh, if I come in mouth, she's gonna use the same glass to think about I have to use the same glass, and then she can say, oh, so you can come in my mouth and you can't share the glass which I drink. There's so many things, so that's why people like to go to brothels. And the reason why these brothels are getting, because they are getting overcrowded. It used to be hidden places. I know so many still hidden brothels here. But what actually happened is, so many people know them and they become cheap. When they become cheap, everybody start going there and they don't know there are some fads chasing them or some undercover guys are looking at them and they just go in, get their dick sucked and come back with them, turn the zip up and they say, oh, they went in, they closed that bitch. Oh, she was gone, she was in prostitution, blah blah blah, bullshit, big list. Prostitution is the world's oldest professional before begging. Before begging there was a prostitution. When the prostitution stopped making money, then they start begging. So, it's a world's oldest profession, you can't carry on. Prostitution in a legalized way, in a limited way. So you can't go to the prostitute and say, hey, I will fuck your ass and then put in your mouth. she definitely gonna complain. Things like this will change. We need more liberation in sex. And no flavor condom being issued by NHS. Please issue some flavor.
Talking of NHS, what's your view on NHS and their services to the public, especially of those who are paying taxes and those who are in great need of their services in times of need?
Okay, from my personal experience, NHS sucks. Thank you for over 10 years. And seriously, they just care about STDs and sex-oriented diseases. They don't think your kidney or blah blah bullshit. The nurse just wanna grab the penis. So many Filipinos are there in nursing industry, and they mess it up. Whole industry. It should be reconciled, rephrased, and our services should be like states. We pay the money, and the treatment should be according to your tax class, according to the need. If somebody is on the benefit, just let him die, man. Why you are wasting the money on this bullshit crap? You're gonna go a guy and make some more babies and claim some more benefit, and me and you have to pay more taxes. We used to pay 20, now we are paying 21%. Fucking hell. This guy is making the money, babies, he getting bigger houses, he getting more money, and he is a class A! Class A! Fucking what the fuck is that? Class A, she is pregnant. We need to be more careful about her. Fuck off, man. She having a priority seat in a bus. She is not paying the fare. She have a seat to sit. Hey, I'm going on work. I have 12-hour shift to do. Fucking let me sit. Because if I gonna work, I gonna pay 2 quid or 3 quid an hour to you guys in the system, man. Give me. So yeah, whenever you find any, benefit guy going to NHS, just circumcise them or fucking put them some injection on them so they can't produce any more babies, man.
What's your view on, what's your opinion as well on
sex before marriage?
the overcrowding in London? London is very, very populated at the moment. It's like probably third or second in the world's populated cities. What's your view on that? And in addition to that, the ethnic minorities that we have. How do you think that affects the economy? And also, what's your view on that? I mean, does it personally avoid you in some sense? I mean, do you think there's a racial issue in this?
Well, I don't think so. There is a racial problem in London. But yes, London is being overcrowded. And the overcrowding happened due to policies of last 25 years. When the wave of immigrants start coming to this nation, in which I am also the part of, what actually happened, they associate them with certain areas. And by the time they grow in those areas and they took over those areas and turned those areas to their back home culture and scenarios. So that was the main defect in the immigration. I'm not against the immigration, I'm an immigrant as well. I'm not against the immigration, I'm not against any racial color. What I'm against is exploitation of the system. When we start inviting the people without having skills and knowledge, that's where the trouble. We go to the wars to defend and liberate these people. We went to Afghanistan, we went to Iraq, before that we went to Philippines, what was Vietnam and all these battles, Argentina and Kenya and all these things. We went there to protect the people, but we don't went there to bring them here. That was the main issue. The basic 70s migration from Kenya is ruining the country. They are not serving anything, and since day one they come here on the full right. I earned my right. You have to earn your right by paying the taxes, by putting money and effort in the system. But when you come from the day one, having a full rights, you don't say, I want to go to college. And now you are going to college and somebody is paying the tax thing for you. Somebody is working, paying your bills. And this gives other people the idea of exploitation. How to exploit the system, how to crush the benefit. Not any single working class person can have access to the housing anymore. Why is that? Why this thing happen in this country? Because the system let these other people exploit it, and then it become a racial issue and an immigration issue, that people start saying that all immigrants are taking benefits, all immigrants crowding the nation. And you have to say that this is a house only 4 people can, this is a 3-bedroom house, only 4 people can live in that house, or 6 people can, 2 couple, they have to have a number. And if you go to the South Hall, you go to Salam, they what people did, they put the extension in the backyard and they start renting that thing. They're paying the same council tax, they are burning the sewage system, water system, electricity, they're consuming more gas, more electricity, more water, and they're paying the same thing. Okay, electricity and gas is on the billing. Water now used to be on the billing. Council tax remains same for that person who is living 9 and somebody is living 4. Now, so these things must be tackled. Illegal immigration. Now is the time to take action and enhance the nation. Make jobs elsewhere. Just don't keep all the head offices, every factory, everything. Don't keep things in London anymore. Spread your factories. We used to have the cotton industry in Leeds. I know many people from back home, they come and they settle down in Leeds. But now if you go to the Leeds, you go to the Birminghamshire, you go any Bradford, and these become like khaki slums. If you go to Southall and you go, the black people are there, this thing makes me crazy. Why it's making me crazy? As I say, I am not against the people because once you put one colored people, one ethnic background people in one place, they start behaving like a group. What they do is, they instead of adopting the society, they start changing the society. Change is a good thing. Now from this video people will make a question that am I against the change? I am not against the change. Am I against? Am I so pessimistic? I am so impressed by the white culture that I want everybody to be a blue? No, I am not. I am not giving any final solution to any government. I am not giving any final solutions. What I am doing is, I am telling you have to make sure that people live in harmony. London is a multicultural society, but when you start putting the same ethnic background people in the same place, they start acting like that. They open their own shop, their own should smell like a curry. And there are so many things which harm the nation. Then the parents got a shoe, oh, he's going with this girl, there's his spy issues. What we are dealing here? Are we going back or we have to move forward? Change, good change. Yes, there is a very good culture in Hinduism that people meet each other, they greet, they distribute. There is a good thing in Muslim culture, there is always a good thing in Christianity. We should take the good from every religion, from everybody, and we have to eliminate the bad thing. What is the bad thing in Asia culture? That is good and bad. They put their nose in everybody's business. They are more interested in knowing what the other person is doing in his house or what his son is studying, what his daughter is studying, rather than what they are doing. They are more, this proudness making parents to put more pressure on their kids to follow a dream which they are not. I want to be an artist or a painter, but I can't. I have to be an accountant. Why I have to be an accountant? Because my neighbor's son, he is an accountant and he is working in American bank. So I am not doing it my sake, but I am just doing for somebody else's sake. So that's the reason. This collectiveness, they took the good part of collectiveness and turned into the bad. Me and you talk, that's very good. We talk about the problems facing by the community, what are the housing, how to reduce the bills and this type of things, how to make sure our roads are safe. But from very sudden, this mutual understanding turned into a competition that my son is going to this university whereas your son is working. And that thing, when the father here, he comes to home and instead of promoting his son or his daughter's ideas to follow his or her dream, start telling them what to do or not to do. And that, my friend, start the rebel. The children rebel against the parents. And then they say, it's about the system, it's in the winds of Britain that everybody do this thing, blah 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 blah. No, it's you who started it. You who force it. Because if somebody wants to be, we have a very nice friend, I'm not going to know he's a pharmacist. If somebody wants to be, follow his dream, let them follow the dream. Let them live their life. Don't have to pressure them, you have to have a house. When I was 24, I have a house. Okay, when you were 24, the thing was changed. The houses were not that expensive. It's 350,000 now. Okay, I can't have a deposit. I can't. I have a work tomorrow morning. I have to wake up 5:30. Do I have a time to think? No. I just want to bang a check. If I can't bang a check, I just want to think I'm banging a check. because I even don't have that much energy that I can bang a chick every night. But please let me live my life. And this can only be achieved when you can, now separate communities from each other, because I saw your son with that girl. What the hell? Are you a spy? Are you CCTV? I have a CCTV. That's the man there. They are doing their job. Let them do their job. Don't interrupt in my business. Don't tell my family what I am doing outside. Or your son turned to gay. Do I fuck you? No, I didn't fuck you. I fuck somebody else. Why you I want to experience. I want to do something. This is your problem. The law allows me to do whatever I can. This social boundary is that killing this nation. So I think I went in quite detail of it, and most of the part is not associated with. I'm not against any certain class of the people. Just let's see who's calling me now. Mr. Adnan Jasnani. So guys, kuch.
Alright, here's the next question, yeah? What's your view basically on, what's your opinion, your take on the UK border agency? They just moved to Southall, they moved to places like Shepherd's Bush and Hayes, and they basically imprisoned some people or sent them back to Pakistan, their native countries, Nigeria, India. What's your view?
Thank you very much, guys. Awesome. First time ever you did your job. And please contact me. I will give you more tricks and teach you tricks and tips to get these people. I'm not against you people, anyone. What I'm safeguarding my rights, safeguarding my nation. I'm safeguarding my benefits and everything, because we're not gonna make any more houses in London. It's full crowded. So if you come and bring the back home money and buy the house where I will live, it will increase my rent. So guys, keep the hard work up and big trawlers, man, 40-foot container, and don't put them in detention centers or trial them. Just put them in a container, drop them in the sea. They are not in the system. Who's going to find them? Who's going to find out what happened? They can't make any legal claims against the government, because in first place they are not in the system. What you will do, you bring out the container, you load them all, give them a fake, make a fake agency, say them, oh, employment, blah blah blah, all 0 hour students are welcome. Illegal immigrant, we will provide you 3 hours, 3 pounds per hour work, and attract them. Make a fake flower factory. Flower factory actually, and make anything. They will go, bring them in the system, and you do this thing. Oh, there is a center in the Leeds. You want to go to the Leeds and make 50 more hours? I will give you 500. They will say yes. Boom. You put them in a truck very gently and easily. You took them. You took off their phones and everything, discard them. Keep the flow coming, and these people will keep coming in the factory, and make sure you pay some people, some agency guys, they will bring more illegal and you will sort them out. There are two ways. Either you can use the stick or you can use a mind. First opinion which I give is unhuman. I don't want any country to follow that thing. Now second opinion, and everybody will love me. Why not every council register all the illegal immigrants? Already they are in the country. Close the borders, seal tight, nobody is allowed to come in anymore. Close them for next 5 years, 10 years. You have all the illegal immigrants, council register them. What council can do? Offer them a deal. You work for the council, council will provide you housing, food, they will provide you living and food, clothing. Your basic necessities gonna be taken care by the council. Make some temporary homes. In return of that, you will work for the council for rest year and a half or year, and you will do whatever council will tell. Council will use them to upgrade the system, make new roads, put new lines, clean the slums, clean the gardens, paint the streets. In return of your 1.5 year unpaid service, and we will provide you shelter, we will provide you food, we will provide you shelter, clothing, everything. But you're not gonna get any cash in your hand. What will in that return? You will work for a year and a half, make some projects, upgrading London projects, okay? Every country put new roads, new type, this, increase the salary. In return, you will be allowed 5 years work permit. In that work permit, there will be a fees attached that every year, either you work or not, you have to deposit £2,500 to the government Indian Revenue Department. You deposit that money, your work permit will be renewed for 1 more year. You deposit 2,500, your work permit will renew for 1 more year. Instead you work or not. But you have to work. Don't do the druggy business. Keep the sharp eye on everyone. Put them in a system. Put them in a system. That they have to go to the employment. If they don't have a job, if they are unable to find a job in that after a year and a half, because they have to do 2,500. Then what the council need to do, like floods, we have lakes, canals. Council can hire them and they can work free for the council because you didn't find. When you find a job, you go and work your money and give 2,500. Till that you don't have you are our employee. We will send you. We will say, oh, today 10 people will come to Sainsbury car park in the night, sort it out, all lights, clean the lights, take out the webs and clean all the systems, everything. That's how it will work. For 10 years or 5 years, you will serve the nation, and after that, you will have a right to live in this country as equal citizen. And this, my friend, is the way forward. This is the only way forward. First year and a half or year, you will serve free of cost to get that 5-year thing. 5-year thing you have to renew every year, either giving 2,500 or serving for the council or for the local authorities or for the government of Britain. And then after 5 years, you will get your book and you are as rightful and as righteous and as honorable as me or anyone else.
What's your opinion on fake documentation and bank statements when submitting that to Home Office?
It's crime. It's already crime. No criminal is welcome anymore in this nation. These borders have been sealed for criminals. If government can't do it, vigilantes can do it. Let us do it. Let us do it for you. If the government is unable to provide the safety and security and they are unable to check the documents, let us do it. But in my opinion, if they make a system, first the borders should be tight. Whoever come into the country, legally or illegal, now close the border. From today, the 15th day of September 2013, there will be no more visas for anyone. No student, no work permit, no spouse visa, no bullshit crap. If you have to marry, go back, live in your country for a year and then bring back your wife. If your marriage is genuine, why don't you go and spend time with your wife in your country and then come back here? Stay 6 months over there with the wife. Why you are coming here and saying, oh, I got married, I bring the girl and I divorce her and I bring the other girl and I divorce her and I bring the other girl and divorce her? How long this country can take that thing? How long this system can go like that? I'm coming to study, I'm coming here to do higher education. Fuck off, you are not coming here to do education. If you have to do the education, go to somewhere else. This nation is failed. Come on, we don't need any more people here. We don't have jobs. We have so many jobless people here. We already have enough engineers, enough doctors, enough nurses, enough anyone. First, let us have a full 100% employment. Then we will think about the other nation. We don't gonna give any money to United Nations anymore. We're not gonna bail out any European countries. You have to be strict. Margaret Thatcher said, Iron Lady. Yes, we have to be iron now. Why we have to bail out the Greece? Why we have to give the money to other nations? Why? It's their mess up. They have to sort it out. Why we have to bear the cost of the bailing out the Greece? Why we have to say whatever the buzzer says, we do? What the fuck is that? Who gives them a right to decide what I can do, what I can't do, how much pension I should have? Who gives them a right when I should be retired? Nobody have a right. When I started the work, the retirement age was 61, now it's 67. In my lifetime, in my 10 years of work life has already been increased to 6 years. Do you think I will live to 67 to get my pension? No. You are pushing me against the wall to claim some fucking benefits, which I am never gonna do it. But the thing is that we have to cut the NATO ties. We are not gonna go to any more wars. Our soldiers will come back. They will serve the nation. They will serve this nation. We have bombs. If somebody threatens us, we will nuke them. Why the fuck we need an army and we need an aircraft, iron jets and North Hall base and this typhoon and this bullshit crap? You think somebody is threatening you? Nuke them. Catch them. Fuck, do whatever you have to do. Minimum resources.
You seem very passionate about your views. Thank you very much, Mr. Atif Shah.
I'm always an open-minded pink guy, man. I am against no ill will against anyone, any nation, any color of the skin. What I have thing is, I want to secure our future. And if we are not secure, nobody is secure because we are hating each other. We are hating the newcomers. They are thinking them as stealers. They must be good people. They must be very intelligent people. But unfortunately, our economy is not as good. We can't accommodate everyone. Okay, guys. Sorry if I hurt anyone's view or beliefs or opinion. I have no intention of doing. I'm telling you again. I am an immigrant. I am not against the immigrant. I am not against the immigrant. I am not against the benefit. I am not against that you have to cut the benefit. You have to do this thing. But you have to think. Own it. Own this nation. This nation needs people to own it. Own them. Nobody is owning it. And that's my concern, because what we are thinking is as a golden hen who gives the golden eggs. Come here, get the benefit, come here, rob it and go back. No! What the hell is that? Everybody is coming here to take a piece out of it. If you are coming here to put a piece, if you are coming here to contribute, you are welcome. But please, you are not welcome anymore in this nation. You are not welcome here. If you are thinking that you will come and you will rob us, you will take our rights, you are not welcome. And we didn't take the nicest way I say that. We are not a world policeman anymore, okay? Sort out your own crisis, sort out your own bullshit crap. We are not gonna help any other nation. We're not gonna give aid to anyone. Oh, there's a 10 billion pound. Oh, give me that. Put 10 billion in the council, in our system, and in our pension department, increase our wages, make our minimum wages to living wages. There's a big difference between the living wages and the minimum wages. Minimum wages is 625, living wages is 9 quid.
Right. Thank you very much.
No more aid to any nation.
Will we be seeing anything from Dr. Shah very soon?
Yeah, guys, very soon. But I have to work. I am aware. I wake up 5:30 in the morning. I came 8:30 back in my house. I work for 12 hours. 2 hours to go, 2 hours to come back. Do I have a choice? I don't have a choice. I don't want to sit at home. Work, nation, work. Keep it calm, keep it moving. That's my message to everyone.